All great literature in the world has sung of change of seasons, and so does Srimad Bhagavad Puran. Sharad Ritu, the autumnal season, follows Varsha Ritu, the rains, and Krishna and Balram continue with their activities of grazing the cows. The rains have cleared. The water in the streams was crystal clear. A mild breeze blew from the mountainside. Like a yogi who had lost his concentration, returning to his yoga with purer thoughts, the lotus bloomed in the ponds and nature purified water. In Sharad, the poet writes, the clouds vanished from the skies, the rain insects disappeared, and on the land the mud dried. The river waters flew clean and free of grime. Everything turned pure just as return to Bhagavan makes the life of a brahmachari, a grihastha, a vanaprastha, or even a sannyasi free of suffering. Mind the message given to all human beings to live a purer life. The stray clouds, having given away all they had in charity to the earth below, looked pure and shining in the bright sunshine. They looked like a sannyasi who, having given up attachment to Paralok, to his wife and progeny, to riches, to desire and lust, attains peace of mind and a glorious mien. The wise impart knowledge, so says the poet, only to the deserving. Govardhan too released water in some waterfalls and not in others, conserving it for use at another time. Occupied with looking after their families, the unwise never realize that their time is running out. Likewise, the insects abounding in small pits were not aware that the water, their lifeline, was drying day by day. As time passed, the muddy earth dried, the corn ripened, and the fruit matured, like a man eschewing empty ritual, finding peace within. The waters in the ocean stood still and at peace. The poet continues, in Sharad, day long the harsh sunbeams distressed mankind. However, at night the moonlight was cool and everyone rejoiced. Like Krishna, who assuaged the sorrow of the gopis, who suffered whenever he was not visible. The moon looked after the residents of the earth, like a learned man deriving pleasure because he understands the truth of the scriptures. The clear cloudless skies sparkled with the glow of the stars at night. In Vrindavan, the poet continues, during Sharad, a cool breeze blew through the fruit-laden trees and the flower-laden creepers. It did not singe, nor did it freeze. Winter is still to come. It soothed everyone whom it caressed except the gopis, whose suffering heightened because they had lost their heart to Krishna. As with the king's arrival, his praja, barring thieves and criminals, becomes fearless. Almost all the lotus flowers except Kumudini bloomed as the sun greeted them each morning. In the hamlets of Vrindavan, big and small, to welcome Sharad Ritu, festivals were organized to mark the arrival of new crops and to placate Indra. Prithvi was blessed with the presence of Krishna and Balaram. Now that the paths were clear of mud and insects, the tradesmen, the sannyasis, and the government officials busied themselves with their occupations. Kalidas has written of Sharad Ritu, in the Ritu Samharam. He writes, like a pretty bride arrives the autumn. Like a pretty bride arrives the autumn, decked in vestments of glasses tall. Sweet music in anklets, like the melodious swans, make her slender limbs are enchanting like stalks of rice ripening. Her face is pretty like a lotus in bloom. Tall hedges have covered the earth white. The cool moonlight bathes the night bright. To waters in the rivers, white swans lend their pearly glow. White lotuses brighten the water in the lakes. Silver blooms carpet the loaded jungle trees. The garden glistens with